that was cool. What happened?
Don't know.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Reverend Guitar Circle R Ranch. I am Ken, and I'm here with Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
There. See how easy that was?
I guess.
Yeah, Jeff's really thrilled to be here, as he usually is. LG could not join us this week for busy reasons, and so you're stuck with Jeff, but that's okay because I'm here, and I'm going to make up for it with my electric and sparkling personality. Speaking of sparkling, check out this Citradelic Sunburst. This guitar is killing me. This is a Charger HB, Carina body, roasted maple neck, beautiful rosewood fretboard, and this Citradelic Burst, this gold to green sparkle, inspired by an idea that we had from our office manager and customer service rep, Mr. Tim Cornick, who really likes the look of the old Duco drum kits. And he sent Naylor and I some pictures of these kits a couple of years ago and was like, we're exploring these like retro and vintage finishes and stuff, and I think it would be interesting to go down this road because he hadn't seen a lot of manufacturers doing this. And this color and this gorgeous, what we are calling Venetian Pearl, are the two that jumped out at us. Of course, Citradelic Sunburst is a Naylorism.
Sunset.
Citradelic Sunset? Mm-hmm. See, it's a Naylorism. I don't even know what's going on. We were, as soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, that's so you, dude. I'm just totally digging the gold to green. I should have brought a list of everything that we are doing, all the individual colors on. But Penny is doing a great job sharing all of that stuff on our social media. I know for a fact that this color is coming on this and the Airwave. Anything else, Jeff, you can think of? The Jetstream with the Retroblast pickups is getting this finish.
I think that's it. The Venetian Pearl is certainly on a lot more than that was.
Yeah, the Venetian Pearl got everybody excited. Let me bust that up here.
Yeah, I think the Citradelic's just on a few models.
Yeah. This, well, you can see it on the Airwave behind me over here. It really looks good on the big body for sure. This Venetian Pearl is, it's basically our Lakeshore Gold and then the Pearl White that we were using on the Billy Corgan done together into a burst. Love it on the set necks where we actually have the burst thing going on the back of the neck. It's really super cool. And of course, on any of the larger bodied guitars, it really makes it jump out. The 12 string in particular looks great in both colors. It would sound better if I played better. I was asked specifically on rail hammers in the 12 string. And when we prototyped these guitars, Joe spent a lot of time with pickups on the 12, and he really felt that our 9A5s, our Alnico P90s soap bars, gave the best string-to-string definition and sort of the best attack. And he had really figured on people using these in more traditional styles and clean styles, and just thought the P90s cut through the best. And so that was why that decision was made. I don't really have any plans to do this with rail hammers. I have done a 12-string with clean cuts that we modded up for a guy that did sound pretty good and was noiseless. But again, going to that, the specific question I had was, of course, will they drop in? And they will not without modification. There is routing. It can be done, but there is routing and things that need to be done in order to make that happen. And we're, this is always, since we launched this model, it's been in our top 5. Did you know that, Jeff? Mm-hmm. Always. And so we don't really have any plans on changing anything about it right now. And personally, with the lighter colors, I love the way that the black pickup covers sort of make the headstock pop. I just think it's an overall good look. So here is the Airwave 12 in Venetian Pearl. Did I get the color name right on that one, Jeff?
You did. Yep.
I'm sorry, everybody. I was on vacation for a couple weeks, and I've been back for 5 days. I still don't know what's going on.
You're not really back, man.
That's a good point. I'm not really back. I have more new colors to show off. If you look over to my left, which would be your right, dear viewer, facing the screen, this is the periwinkle stuff. And we went through, I'll tell you guys, we went through this weird phase with our friends at Pantone last year, where we were talking about maybe doing some sort of like co-op thing with them. And in the long run, it ended up not really working out for a number of different reasons. But this was their color of the year, and it's an awesome color, and it looks so killer on guitars. And of course, I think the first thing that we mocked up was that Jetstream 390 with the cream and the pearloid guard, and that is the showstopper in my humble opinion. And then using that color as the center of a burst, it has this sort of kind of a psycho silver burst faded look. You know what I mean? I just think it's bad to the bone. And we are doing those also on a number of models this year. So, but the highlights, I mean, to me, this crosscut is ruling, and the Mercalli 5 always looks good in a burst, no matter what the burst is. So the periwinkle stuff is out. All of these are shipping right now. They're at your Reverend dealers already. I know the guys, some of the guys that were really excited and jumped on board early. Tone Shop, of course, Rock City up in Livonia, Bees Music up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I know that Chicago Music Exchange has got stuff in. Sweetwater has stuff on the way. So these guitars are shipping right now. You should be able to find this stuff. And a couple of, by the way, there's more to come for 23. This isn't just, we're not just doing color changes this year. We also have a few other tricks up our sleeve. We got a couple of new models that are going to be coming out in March. And we also have some new models that we're debuting at the NAMM show in April. But this all seemed like a good start. This is a transparent red Matt West. If you look, can I come in, Jeff? You mind?
Can.
Look, you can see the grain on this. I think the color scheme has something to do with Manchester United. I hate to say that because then everybody who hates them will be like, well then, fuck that guitar.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Right, but I think it had something to do with that. And dark roasted maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, transparent red Matt West. People who follow me know that this is one of my favorite guitars that this company has ever made. I am a bridge pickup guy, and I am a trem guy, and this body style, to me, this Jetstream body is what I think of when I think Reverend. And Matt got a Jetstream and a double agent from me and called me with the idea for the specs on this and said, you know, if you did a single pickup version of this Jetstream, it would be my favorite guitar of all time, and especially if it had a reverse headstock. And I was like, geez, Matt, you just said all of my favorite things about guitars. Jeff is shaking his head, of course, woefully back there, because Jeff, for reasons that I can't figure out at all, hates reverse headstocks.
Oh, I don't hate them.
And I just don't. I can't understand that.
I'm just not on the same page as you, as that they're the only right way.
Yeah, this is how a headstock should look, in my humble opinion, as a guy who doesn't know much about guitars. You see, when you're playing, you play like this, and then when you go to tune, the tuners are right there. See, and then the angle of the offset waist makes the visual line is like this, and then that visual line is replicated over here underneath the tuner.
Ken,
my opinion.
I'm curious what you've managed to do with all the time you've saved tuning. What have you managed to do in life with all that time?
Well,
you've saved?
here's the beauty thing of it. Because I perform live exclusively with Reverend instruments, I spend very little time tuning. What do you think of that?
Good point. Touche.
What do you think of that?
Same.
Yeah. And it's not. You see, look.
So you know what? At that point, it doesn't matter how the headstock's on.
Just so that we're being perfectly clear here. I hurt my wrist tuning.
Oh, sure.
Standard.
That's
guitar.
where it was.
So yeah, right. And so now that I'm, this is much easier for me. I had to tune a bunch of guitars, and that's how I sprained my wrist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, doing this.
Yeah. Because
it's so uncomfortable and awkward. What do you think of that?
I don't believe you.
The P90 is noisy, but check this out. This is gonna be fun. Is this gonna be fun? Listen.
I don't know.
Here comes the distortion. Oh, listen to that hum, right? Now, when you move the guitar around, that hum gets better and worse depending on where you're standing. And so when you're in the studio with the P90 guitar, you got to find that perfect place to stand, where I think it's the transformer winding will cancel out the pickup winding or some shit like that. Somebody tried to explain that to me once. I am not an amp guy, just so you know.
You have amps.
I know what I like.
Yeah.
I have a couple amps. The addition of the bass contour control on the Matt West, of course, makes this the most versatile single pickup guitar available on the market today. Because you have the ability to roll the bass out right from the instrument. And you can play jazzy stuff. Isn't that fun? Like that?
Yeah, that was a great time. I had a great time.
So glad I got you here today, man. So glad I got you here today.
Every day, bud.
Not last but not least, there's also an avocado burst Kyle Shutt floating around out there. I do not have one to show you because they've all shipped.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They're on the website.
They were scooped up. They're on the website if you want to check that out. You guys know what the avocado burst looks like.
Avocado burst.
Yes. This is Orchid Pink. Yes. And this
Transparent on that one.
Yeah, well, as you guys know, the original Gristle Master models, the color is opaque, right, on the back. Is the opaque the right word?
Solid on the back.
Solid on the back, and transparent on the top, and that really pops. You can see this. I'm going to have to come in on this
Here it
and
comes.
try to do that without pulling other guitars down. You can see the very, very faint hint of wood grain through the transparent Orchid Pink top in the back, of course. Solid. Really, really sets off that sort of that roasted maple neck, that slightly brownish tan hue on the roasted maple. Of course, this has all the Gristle Master appointments. The Fishman Fluence single width Greg Cott Telly set. And got that little mid boost thing. I always feel bad demoing Greg's guitars because Greg's so awesome. And he does such a better job demoing this style guitar than I could ever dream of. But boy, they sure are fun to look at, and this one is really fun to look at. I think it's kind of funny that as we roll into this year, we're going to have this sort of the Orchid Pink and the Lucifer together. And I think we're going to see an uptick in sales of both of these models for people doing gender reveal parties.
That's a very good point. We should kind of.
I think we should lead into that
business model. Yeah.
Yeah, we should lead into that as a business model. Yeah, for sure. So that is the first round of new stuff for 2023. Again, there's more rounds. We're so excited. We have so many exciting things to talk about. Yeah. Anybody have any questions for me, or more importantly, does anybody have any questions for Jeff?
There is actually a question for me.
Oh, what would that be, Jeff?
It's never really happened. It's a two-parter though. Ryan Sloan.
Oh, hi, Ryan.
He wants to know if one of the few tricks involve a sixth string that's an octave lower. Also, what happened to Jeff to not appreciate reverse headstocks?
Oh man, was it a childhood thing, Jeff?
You know what? I'm trying to unpack it. I'm reading a book called What Happened to You, and so it's all about I'm trying to figure out what happened to me to not appreciate a reverse headstock.
Does it have something to do with like spandex metal and?
It's not that I don't like them, Ken. I'm just not on the same level of admiration that you are for reverse headstock.
Understood. I actually follow reverse headstock on Reverb because you never know what's going to pop up.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you I know what's going to pop up. Some reverse headstocks.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been mostly like Kramer's, which I don't like the new Kramer. I don't like the new Kramer stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't really crazy about the old Kramer stuff. I don't know why we're having this conversation.
Nope.
Yep.
But Kramer.
There you have it.
Do you or do you not want to answer the question of
This was
sixth string that's an octave lower?
A sixth string. Oh, we're talking about a bass six is what we're talking about. That is something that is being discussed, and at the moment it's just a matter of us having so many irons in the fire. We keep talking about doing a bass six, and Joe has some ideas, but then as we start looking into it, artists that we're currently working with have good ideas. Plus, there's a new artist coming on eventually that I'm really excited about working with who has some ideas. And we have some things that we need to flesh out and realize. And the bass six keeps getting shuffled back. What we really need to do is sit down with Reeves and really figure out what it is that's going on with the bass six gun and why it works in the Cure, and then figure out what we need to do for a bridge. And I mean, that's sort of the big jumping off point. But yeah, like I said, stuff just keeps getting in the way. Life keeps getting in the way, man. It's a great idea though, and we like it, and you'll see it eventually, for sure. The other problem, of course, that we've had for the last 3 years is that we haven't been able to keep up with demand for the models that we're making. So introducing new models, every single time we introduce a new model, it's a challenge. And we're trying to make enough of them. I know you guys don't care about this, but I'm telling you anyway. Just getting the orders that we have for the stuff that we're making fulfilled has been challenging. We're still trying to catch up on Reeves models with sustainers. We can never see, every time we increase production of that, they're gone all the time. The Billy Corgan Z1, we're having a hard time keeping up with. So yeah, there's these we're having a hard time keeping up with. So
well, when you bring something new in, inevitably we usually cut something.
Yeah, something has to
asking when that's coming back. And
right. Yeah, and then and cutting, like displacing stuff. That's the problem with stuff that sells. Like one of the questions that I get asked very, very often is about the crosscut with the trem. And the hardtail version sold better than the trem version, and something had to go because we had stuff that we wanted to do, and so that went. And whether or not it's gone forever it remains to be seen. I'm not really sure, but in the meantime, though, you can get a Reeves Gabrel's signature if you like that body style and you're looking for a trem. And clean cuts will drop right into the Reeves Gabrel's. We did that for an artist this week. And it sounded good. It sounded really, really cool. It sounded like crosscut. So, but yet you still had the face thing that you get from the Reeves and the cool bound neck that's on the Reeves. So there's things that can be done. What else you got for me, Jeffrey?
Scott wants to know if we've got a periwinkle burst sensei that he could see.
I do not have one at my fingertips, I'm afraid.
They'll ship out.
That and we're currently like setting up guitars to go to the NAMM show here in a couple months, and so we have one for that, but it's not necessarily ready to come on here and be played yet. So, but let me. We can do this when I do this again in a couple weeks. I'll grab a few more guitars, and we should have all the NAMM stuff set up by then, and I'll be able to bring some more stuff in here.
And it's on the website as well, so
absolutely
it can be viewed.
Looks good. Yes, that does. The demise of the purple sparkle burst is coming. So if you were looking for a purple burst sensei with the sparkle purple, the Italia purple, jump on it. And same thing with the Italia purple Jetstream 390. That has been displaced by the periwinkle. So if you're looking for one, we do have. I think we have 8 or 10 of those left in the building here. We can get one of those out to a dealer at any time. But yeah, those are winding down.
Sky Barnes asks, are the new models going to be artist signatures or regular models?
Should I answer?
I mean, you can.
We have a couple new signature models coming out next month, and they're bad to the bone. Absolutely crushing. That's all I'm saying. There.
Good
I said
answer.
it.
Concise.
Educated guesses can be made. And there's also going to be some couple signature models at the NAMM show, too, believe it or not. I will say this, the signature models that are coming out March 13th are for legacy artists that we have been working with for years. And the stuff that is coming out at the NAMM show is brand new for you, fresh, as it were.
So Nathan McFarland asks, and this is something that I can answer somewhat for him. If we can add filter on the site to search for colors and show which models they come in, there is a color filter. These things are categorized in those colors. So if you're looking for the Citradelic Sunset, if you filter gold or green, those will show. So, but we just do color families and not exact colors. So that way, all blues show up when you look for blue guitars.
Oh, so when you look for gold, you get the Citradelic, and when you look for green, you get the Citradelic.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I'm learning stuff. Learning stuff.
Welcome to the website with Jeff.
Yeah. Hashtag learning stuff.
Chris Van Sickle asked, will you please play that Matt West again some?
Oh, sure.
I'll have to tell Ken twice.
Don't tell me twice.
Play some Neck Deep.
You know, sadly, I don't know any Neck Deep. I'm sorry about that. And you put me on the spot like that, and I feel like Matt's watching right now, and Matt is like, God, what an asshole. But I will also share, Matt, there's a local guy here in town that works with us. He's actually going to come out to the NAMM show with us. Our good buddy Joe Burkhart plays in a couple of great bands here in town, Shitty Neighbors and Take Weight, and is doing something new with you, isn't he, Jeffrey? You guys working on something?
Not really. That was a pre-COVID thing, and then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. But we joke about him in Toledo quite a bit about having just the pummeling right hand, because he's just he's an
fastest right hand in Toledo.
Fastest right hand. He's just a pummeling rhythm player. That is Matt West's gig in Neck Deep. He is such a killer. He has such a killer right hand and like a speed rhythm, punk rock rhythm thing going on, and I can't compete with either of those guys.
You got it going.
Well, but I like, so here's the thing that's so stupid. I don't know why we're talking about my playing. When that was what I did, I really had it going, like in the 90s. And then at some point, I started playing for this hippie here in Toledo and playing all this like hippie dippy stuff for money. And then that was when I started dialing in this sort of finger style thing and then paying attention to leads following the melody lines of the songs and all this like boring shit.
Yeah.
Right? And I totally forgot how to like, I didn't forget, I'm just out of practice. And then when I think of it, I think of metal. I don't think of... that is like the Marshall overdrive thing. I'm afraid I always hate to jump down there and just stomp on a pedal without seeing what's going to happen.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have to tell you that's that Wonder Red Rider fuzz pedal, man. We love that thing here. Matt West Mayhem, single notes.
Yeah.
Can you dig it? That's
Somebody.
Kind of awkward.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm more comfortable when I'm standing up playing than sitting down. I just discovered. I went to go up high and I hurt my wrist. Let this be a lesson to y'all. Be careful exercising and working out.
Oh, all of a sudden it's not a normal headstock issue anymore.
As you get.
It's funny how the story changes.
Yeah, the story changed a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Steve Amaral
Sons of bitches.
wants to know if there's any luck with a 190 hardtail.
No luck yet. There's a new Sensei Junior coming. Just new color.
So there you go.
Yeah, new color coming on a Sensei Junior, baby. So yeah, we'll be looking at that hopefully within. That should be an NAMM show thing. Some of these things, I'm just not sure when they're coming.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're still working some of that out. I'm coming to you, Steve. Though I'm going to be in Sacramento in June, doing a gig. I'll keep you posted. I was thinking about you and Steve
nice,
Yankee.
huh?
I was thinking about my Steves the other day, Steve Amaral and Steve Yankey. The A to Y of Stevedom, both in Sacramento. And I saw Sacramento on one of my tour schedules, and I was like, oh, I know Steve's there.
Numerous Steves.
There was a Steve Kuykendall that I know there as well. 3 Steves.
That sounds made up.
3 Steves, one
That
time.
one's made up.
No, it's not. He's Kuykendall Guitar Center or something was the name of the store back in the day.
Still sounds made up.
Yep. True story, Jeff.
So Scott wants to know if there's anything new coming for the Roundhouse this year.
Yes. Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, you have
Nice.
it. Yeah. We're gonna pop a few new colors. We're gonna do a plain top violet brown, which looks gorgeous. But we also, you will see some Roundhouse activity in 2024 that you are going to be really excited about. I am really excited about it. Jeff, are you excited about it? Do you like those as much as I do? Jeff has been working on some mock-ups like crazy around here for his stuff. We're still talking about this year, and now I'm talking about next year. That's just idiocy.
You're getting way too far ahead of yourself.
Way too far ahead of myself.
Just giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
Ryan says, last question, any new bases?
That is a really good question. Maybe, just maybe one of these signature models that we're dropping at the NAMM show is a bass, maybe. You're going to see a new headstock on the Brad Hauser Fat Fish. Brad, through much experimentation, has determined that he is a 2+2 headstock guy.
Oh, he's leaving the reverse headstock kingdom.
I know.
You lost another one, Ben.
I know, and then you see, and I just I'm willing to work with people. You know, that's how I am, and this shows how willing to work with people that I actually am.
Yeah.
That Brad is moving away from the reverse headstock, and we're gonna allow that to happen.
You're not speaking anymore, but you're allowed.
Yeah. But yes, and then there's new colors, the Decision base, and there's also a periwinkle, like a solid periwinkle, like the Jetstream on the Decision, which is gorgeous. It's super sharp looking, and other little tricks and things coming your way for sure. Jeff, I think we got to wrap this up. I actually have a appointment with somebody coming here to the shop pretty quickly, so I'm going to have to let you guys go so I can get that handled. But there's stuff to talk about. There's so many exciting things to talk about. To, if I may be so bold, my global audience on the World Wide Web, right? They need to know exactly what we're doing. And tonight in Detroit is very exciting. The little band called the Cock Marshall Trio is playing at the Magic Bag.
Oh, they're in Detroit tonight, huh?
Yeah, and they're a block and a half away from where I am playing with the Zimmerman Twins and Jay Navarro at the Traders at exactly the same time at Otis Supply, but that happens sometimes.
I kind of just want to go and stand outside and
hear
track,
both.
Track how many are going in each one and
run
see
back
if any
and forth.
Crossover.
Run back and forth. That's what I told. I've been telling people get tickets to both shows, and then but you'll be running back and forth between songs, so you'll stay warm by running like that.
I'm not gonna do it.
If you do go to the Greg show, Greg is on stage at 9, and I believe he has like a 90-minute set or so, and the Traders are due to be on stage at Otis Supply at 10. But if our show is running a little bit late, I don't think anybody's going to cry about it. So you can probably catch the Traders after the Greg show if you're going to the Greg show. And I encourage everybody to go see Greg at the Magic Bag because Greg rocks. Friends of mine, I will see you tonight at Otis Supply for sure. Next week, the Polka Floyd show is playing at Smalls for Punchki Day in Hamtramck, baby. Come to Smalls and get your Punchki bombs. They load pastries with Jägermeister. It's good for you. Jeff just made the reverse headstock face. That's weird.
That's my no-go.
And
yeah,
it's
off the shelf for me.
I think we're playing at 6:30.
Cool.
I think we're playing maybe 6 to 7 and then 7:30 to 8:30 or somewhere around there. But they have live music all day. And it's kicking off with our friends, the Strains, which are good buddy Greasy Carlisi and Nick from Rock City drums for that band occasionally. And then Ricky Rat's playing after us. Should be an action-packed day. And then the next day, Zach Ward and I are getting on a big jet airplane, and we are flying to Birmingham, UK for the Guitar Show the weekend after, in a week, the weekend after this one. So I will not be here this next week because I will be over there. The Guitar Show is really super fun. If you are in the UK, take a train on down to Birmingham. Most of the EU manufacturers and all the great British amp makers are there with really cool stuff. It is the single loudest guitar show that I've ever been to. There are no noise police, and so it's pretty mayhemy. It's kind of cool. Our dealer, Merchant City from Glasgow, is coming down with, I believe, 80 or 90 Reverend guitars, and Zach and I will be hanging out in his booth and answering questions. And I'll post pictures on social and take some videos so that you guys can see what the Guitar Show UK looks like. It's a fun one. And then when we get back from that, we are gearing up to go to Reverend Guitars is presenting the Bad Times Record Showcase at South by Southwest, the Tuesday of South by Southwest in Austin. And I will be down there with the Traders as well. So we'll see you at South by. If you are going to South by Southwest, remember Tuesday night, Bad Times Record Showcase. There are details on the Reverend site. Let's put that in the news feed, Jeff, so that everybody knows where to find that. Sound good? Okay. And Jeff's like, yeah, I can do that.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Like news feed.
Don't we have like a current events thing on our website? We can.
Oh yes.
Yeah, let's put that Bad Times. We'll put that in there because that's cool. And then after that, it's the NAMM show, and we have so many cool things going on at the NAMM show this year. We'll talk more about that as it gets closer, but we're proud to present. At Chain Reaction on Friday night of the NAMM show, longtime Reverend endorsers and very, very good friends, Bad Cop will be performing. And we are bringing in the band Hello Mary from Brooklyn to open the Bad Cop show. And Hello Mary will also be performing a showcase at the NAMM show at the Hilton on Thursday night, which is going to be awesome. And then our good friend Tori Ross and the band Lilac Cadillac is kicking off that Reverend event, the Bad Cop show at Chain Reaction on Friday during the NAMM show. That show is open to the public, folks. Tickets will be available very, very shortly. So anybody in the LA area can come hang out with us at the Chain Reaction in Anaheim.
I'll be at that one.
All right. Jeff will even be there. So anything, Jeff, anything you want to add, bud?
Your son wants to know how Lenny is.
Lenny Lou is doing great, Nate. And tell your guy we're getting that bass on the way to him. Nate is checking in from Berkeley, everybody. All right, thanks for tuning in. I will see you all in Ferndale tonight. I'll be running back and forth. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I will be back live here in 2 weeks. And if you're in England, I'll see you next week at the Guitar Show. Take care, y'all.